Whoa. You want me to go?
Yeah, go.
Okay.
All right. Good to see everybody. Crystal, Vicky,
Nathan Bridges.
All right. Deanna.
Pryor.
Yes, Pryor. All right. Jeremy and Lisa. Good to see y'all.
Jeremy and Lisa.
Rusty. Let's see.
Hey.
What just happened? All right. There we go. All right. We're back on. All right. Cool beans. All right. Sorry for the sweatshirt. I'm a little cold. Just got done preaching. So tonight we got a few things to cover. Welcome to the Bob and Sean Show. I've got my good friend Bob here.
He's Johnny Carson. I'm Ed McMahon.
Or vice versa. I'm Ed McMahon. He's Johnny Carson, whichever one you think. So
Here's Sean.
Okay. So tonight you see the studio behind us. We've been having a lot of fun here. So I have a quick poll. I'm going to go ahead and give you last night's winner. Jen, she just popped on. Jen Tool Stoller. So our team voted that your answer on a cruise ship with no sick people was the best quarantine place. So do me a favor, Jen. Message me on Facebook and let me know your shirt size, and you will get a Bob and Sean Show t-shirt, #quarantine, and we will send it to you in free of charge on us. We just want to bless you and tell you thank you for participating every night.
Thank
and
you.
So
You're always good about supporting revival.
Yes. Jen, you did an awesome job. You won the show last night. So now what I want to do is I want to kind of give you a little bit of behind the scenes and some people that have made this happen. I don't know if we're going to be able to get our wives to come on here or not, but probably not, knowing them. But I'd like to kind of introduce you to the kind of the whole crew. So if you want to span that out just a little bit, Micah. So first I want to do Micah once he gets the camera set. We'd like him to come on up and kind of show everybody who Micah is. He has been behind the stage, running everything, just really doing there.
Yeah, it's
going to take it a second just to kind of get set here. But we want to introduce everybody that's helped this week, make this week very possible. So I want you guys to say hi to Micah Google. He has ran all of our production. He has done all of the camera work. He has dealt with us tirelessly in our frustrations. Wave, Micah, say hello. And we love him so much. We appreciate him. So just go on back and tell y'all, say thank you. Give him a high five emoji, everybody that can. And we want to give him a high five. Did a phenomenal job for helping us this week so far. Okay, you can go on, and we'll bring someone else. All right, next, let's see, Brooklyn Strong. She can come on in. And,
Brooklyn Strong, come
on in. She has done 2 nights of worship. She's helped sing. She's helped run and get stuff for us. Wave, Brooklyn, and say hello. And then we want you to exit this way. Y'all give her a high five emoji and tell them she did a good job. Just go around the camera there. All right, and then we've got, who we got next? We got Ashlyn Google has helped us sing. Help Brooklyn sing every night. She has done an incredible job.
Yes.
And just look at the camera and say hello. And she did a great job of vocals. She has helped us so much. She's ran errands for us, done great things for us. So y'all give her a high five emoji. Tell her what a great job she did. And just walk around the camera that way. And all right, who we got next? Let's see. I want Avon to come on out. He played drums for us tonight.
Yes.
Just look at the camera and wave hello. And this is Avon. You might have to squat down a little bit. We want to make sure that we can see you in the page. He's like 6'9". Like 9.
It's all hair.
It's all hair, right? It's just all hair.
Yeah.
So he did a phenomenal job on the drums tonight. Did a great job. So y'all give him a high five as he's going around the camera and saying hello. Then we got Talon. And man, y'all give him a hand. He played bass every single night. Say hello, Talon. And man, this guy did more. Hey, we're recording, guys. He did more than anything else. He helped us really get this video production going through the Mevo and everything. He has just been like a home run hitter. And man, I just want to give him a high five, a double high five. He has done a phenomenal job. Helped us so much, played the bass every night, and just was faithful and helped us in anything that we needed. And y'all give him a high five and tell him he did a good job. And then we have Jeremiah Strong. Oh yeah, he walks right through that. Go around the camera. You gotta love the Bob and Sean show. You never know what's gonna happen.
Nope.
So Jeremiah, he played drums every night other than tonight. Helped us, made coffee, did things for us. Prayed last night before the service with fire. They weren't just here. They were praying. They were helping. They were doing. Y'all give him a hello and give him a high five. We love you. Bless you. A high five. Y'all give him a high five emoji.
So this was cool because, basically it's just our two families here.
Right.
And so we just got together and did this with our children. I thought it was really neat.
I did too. I felt really encouraged. We've always, I've preached for years and years about legacy.
Yeah.
And talk about what's going to follow behind us, who's going to follow behind us, and then what an honor, I'm kind of getting a little teary-eyed, but
It was awesome.
it was really awesome to have, our kids and very good friends of our kids, be here and support us and help us. And I couldn't do it without them. I know he couldn't do it without them. And we're so thankful, that God has given us kids that love the Lord and that care about the things of the Lord. And I'm so thankful. And we have two of the best wives probably known to mankind. They cooked every meal. They fed everybody. They helped. I wish they would come online, but they won't. They're chickens. But we love them. And so Jen, we were so happy that you guys. So here's a question. All right. So we are so close to reaching our goal. We're right there on the verge of just breaking it wide open. And we were talking. I really felt an anointing on the service tonight. I've mentioned it to Bob, Stephanie, and Crystal kind of mentioned it to us. Here's what I need from everybody. If I want to get a census, and if we went one more service tomorrow at 2:00, how many of you guys we would do one more mantled service and extend the mantled just one more service? I want to see yeses come through the comment and see if you guys will be open to that. We've had a lot of feedback, a lot of good things happen, and I'd really like to have Bob preach one more time. So that would give us 2 services apiece. And next time we plan this, we'll know that, and we'll just plan for
I don't have to preach.
stop it. If you guys would want to go one more time at 2:00, let me hear a yes in the comment section.
Let us know.
I want to hear a hand 5 emoji.
And the kids,
all right.
Kids will do worship.
So
again,
Lisa says yes. We're going to do it right here online, live. We're going to do the service right here online. Beth Foster says yes. Carol says yes. Jen Toll Staller says yes. Looks like LaDonna says yes. Oh, LaDonna Pocorni is on here. Ha!
What's up, girl?
All right, so Nikki says yes. Beth says do tomorrow. Everybody, so I'm getting a lot of yeses. Jody Douglas says yes.
Jody.
So Chad Scalf, hey man, Chad Scalf, hey, I want to hook you up with this guy right here, Bob Newton, man. You guys would be a great connection. You guys both love revival, great men of God. His name's Bob Newton. Look him up on Facebook, Twitter. Chad, I don't think he has Twitter, but check him out, Chad. You really enjoy him. I think you'd like it. Tish said yes. Tish, were you on live at 7:00 tonight? I would like an answer, please, yes or no. Just singling you out because I love you. Got new glasses today. I seen that. Awesome. Let's see. So we got yes. Nathan says yes. Dolores.
Dolores.
Oh, I said it correct. That's right. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like the census is a yes. Okay, so tomorrow afternoon we're gonna do a service here at 2:00, and Brother Bob will be preaching. We don't know who will do worship yet. We're not gonna spread that out. We'll just kind of talk about it, and it's just awesome. Oh, okay. Tell your mom we said hello. And so we're gonna be on here at 2:00, and man, guys, it's phenomenal. Been a phenomenal weekend, and it is great. So. Man, Breezy's on here.
We'll just keep on talking.
That's okay.
I'll call out names as they pop up.
All right. So Breezy, good to see you. But guys, listen, we are. I want to just kind of. I know you're gonna watch the replay. I'm just kidding, Trish. I love you. So listen, guys, I want to talk a little bit about our vision here. We're thinking about doing this twice a year, even if we are still evangelizing. It's been a great thing. Our families can come together. For those of you that don't know, Bob and I have a really long history. We've been friends a long time, and it's been a lot of fun for us. And but I just want to tell you our vision, guys. We love evangelism. We love it. It's our life. We would give everything and anything to do this and be a part of it. And this is so much fun for us. And we are really encouraged that you guys, the response has been unreal. We want to say thank you from our hearts.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for the donations up to this point. We are so close to our goal. I think if we did one more service, we would have it. Not only that, but I felt a real atmosphere of revival here tonight.
Yes.
And I don't think we're supposed to end it. I really think even Stephanie, came up to me. I had thought it, but I didn't want to say it, and then she kind of confirmed it. And we hadn't talked or anything. She's like, man, I think we should just go one more service. So we're going to go ahead and go one more service tomorrow at 2. And I think it would be great. I think everything would just be great. And Manny, you want to add anything to that?
Like I said, we thought maybe we'll do this twice a year. And this has really been good for us. We're on the road. Me and Sean are on the road all the time. So our families sacrifice a lot for us to be out preaching to many of you and in your churches. And
okay, so we just got a question.
Yes.
Where was the first place that ministered? Okay, so I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Okay, so Bob was doing.
Get it right.
Yeah, I will get it right. So Bob was doing a revival in Davenport, Iowa, for a guy as a youth conference for a pastor by the name of Jim Swope. He was doing the Friday night. I was doing the Saturday and Sunday. So I came in, and seriously, this is how it all happened. I got a question, so I'm going to answer it. Where do we first meet? So here's how it happened. Bob was preaching. And he did not know, okay, girls, enough. I love you, but enough.
Them girls talk.
They talk. They have never stopped talking. I don't need to name names. It could be our girls for all you know. So, but anyways, Stephanie and Crystal, they talk too, by the way. So anyway, first place we ever ministered. Bob was preaching. He did not know me, and he did not know I played the keyboard or anything. He was preaching. And I got up and began to prophetic worship with him as he preached. He was preaching, and I can't even remember what he said, but I pulled a line out of his sermon, and I created a prophetic song. And we went to dinner, and we've been preaching and ministering together ever since. That was almost 13 years ago.
I think that was it was in the 1st of August, I think.
1st of August, yep.
And then I invited you to our camp meeting.
That's right.
In Olds.
That's right.
Then it just we've done a lot of stuff.
Man, I think how many camp meetings in a row? Like 7, 8?
Every one of them.
I think it was. Yeah, I think ever since we met, it was like almost 13 camp meetings in a row, and man, it was phenomenal. That was the first time, and then so now you've got all of these other connections. I wouldn't have known Jeremy and Lisa Google. I wouldn't have known Joe and Beth Foster. We wouldn't have gotten to meet all of these wonderful people. We have met so many people just ministering together, and I think it's been a great thing, and it's been an awesome thing.
But I was going to say, this has been good for our families because we've been spending time together with our kids, and so doing this twice a year and just doing revival from our home to ministering to you and not being on the road, I think was a good thing, and
I do too.
Hopefully it's been a blessing to you all, but it's also been a blessing to us because we've had a good time as our families are together here and resting. And
Beth Foster said the camp. I'll never forget those times at the camp. And it was awesome. I remember those nights that we had just hours and hours and hours of fun and coffee. I remember Joe always walking around making sure everybody had coffee at the camp. That was some fun times. And I remember Beth always it was like every time we saw Beth, have you guys eaten? Are you hungry? Do you want some food? It's like we couldn't get fed enough. Yes, those were great times.
Of course, now, Beth and Joe's a big part of our lives.
Right. Great. They've helped both of our ministries tremendously.
Yeah. So one of the kids was like, who's Joe? Is he related to us? And he's related to all of us. We're not related by blood, but we're all related.
Yeah, we're all related. So tonight, we wanted to come on here and ask about the service, but we really wanted to just come from the bottom of our hearts and tell you guys thank you. It is because of all of you guys watching that have made this a success. I think tonight was our biggest view so far. I think we had like close to 80 on there at a time. I think 60 to 80 somewhere in there. And then I think before, literally after the broadcast, I just looked on the reach last while ago. We were almost up to 3,000 people reached. So we have really been excited about this, and it has really been awesome. Next time, what we want to do is I think what we're going to try some different things, but we want to try to record everything that's going on and just really make sure. Maybe we like to try to record the services next time, have them on there, and then we can maybe get them out or even put them on podcast. But we got so many things we want to try, so I think this will be good. No, we're not going to be doing it tomorrow night. We're going to do one more time at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Saturday at 2 o'clock. We'll post it on social media, but for those of you that can share that, we're going to be on here one more time for Mantled at 2 o'clock for one final service. Brother Bob will be preaching, and so we want everybody to share this broadcast. It will be a lot of fun and a lot of things going on.
All right. So we mentioned before we go off here, I know we've been on a little while, but if you got any questions about the life of being an evangelist, what it's like for us to do, or our daily schedule, or just the things about evangelizing that maybe you've been curious about.
So
before we go off, throw them out there.
Before we go off, we'll take I'll take three questions, and we can go a little bit longer tonight. So if you have a question about evangelism or about ministry, period, doesn't matter. Any questions that you want to ask us, I'm going to give you time to do that. So we have a little bit of delay here in the studio, so it'll take it a minute to pop up. So I will read the first question that I see, and we will wait and go. All right. So 2 o'clock, the final service, 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, Saturday, and that will be a great service. I know Brother Bob will come and give us a powerful word, and it will be phenomenal. So we will be here at 2 o'clock. Any questions for ministry? Any questions at all? We'll give you guys, okay, do we have to drive through Illinois to get to Kansas? No.
Just when Breezy's riding with us.
Just when Breezy is riding with us.
She's reading the map.
Right, and she's reading the map. Yeah, that was a funny moment. We got that. The answer would be no. But it was a good question. All right, so any real funny question, good. Any real questions about ministry, evangelism, what we do, anything that you guys would like to have, any questions that you would like to just put out there, we'll give you just a couple of more minutes. And the Bob and Sean show will have its final moments, and it will be moments we will never forget. No, it is not Eastern time. It is Central Standard Time.
Central Standard.
So if you're on the East Coast, that will be 3 o'clock. If you're on the West Coast or Mountain Time, that will be 2 hours back. So it would be, be noon for you. All right, so Central Time.
Rather fly or drive?
I would rather fly if I could, drive if I have someone with me. That would be my answer.
I would rather drive. I hate flying.
Okay,
but
so
I do because of my schedule.
Right, so he would rather drive. I would rather fly if I could, but drive if I have someone with me. For those of you that don't know, I am still alive, right? You can pinch me. I am real.
Alive.
Micah has not killed me yet. He's been driving me around the country, done a phenomenal job. And I want to tell you guys, man, you guys be watching for Micah Google. He, watching for our kids, but be watching for Micah Google. He's got a great ministry ahead of him, and he has been armor bearing for me. And Avon's got a great ministry ahead of him. Jeremiah, Talon, Brooklyn. These young guys have great ministries ahead of them. Don't count them out. They are going to be doing some great stuff. So remember them.
That was a good question.
What
okay.
Do we got here? All right. So what advice would you tell someone who is first starting in evangelism? Okay. So I'll let you take that one, and then I'll answer mine.
Be patient.
Okay.
Build it. It's like building a business. You got to build it. You got to make the connections. You got to get yourself out there and never burn bridges.
Right.
Never burn bridges. Always keep relationships. Even if people have hurt you, even if things have not turned out the way you wanted to, never burn that bridge, because you just never know down the future. But just be patient, and timing is everything. One of the mistakes I've seen people make is they quit their job too soon.
Right.
And I wanted to quit 2 or 3 years before I did. But the timing is everything, because when you step out into full-time ministry and just keep contacts, going to conferences, meeting people, that's the best thing. That's why we used to do NGA, so you can meet people.
Right.
And go to every conference you can. Get out there, get to know, build the trust of pastors. You have to have their trust before they'll ever let you in.
I would say that one of the things that I would do is I would get a home church. I would serve in any capacity I could, and I would begin to build a relationship with my pastor. I think evangelism, maybe you might agree, it's about who likes you and who you build a relationship with.
Yeah.
I think
More so
evangelism,
than preaching, I think.
I think evangelism all about relationship. People are gonna. I don't want to just go in and preach somewhere. I want to build a relationship with that pastor because I want them to know that we're not just there to preach, but we're there for them.
Yes.
And I think that's what would be my advice: is show not only your home church, but any church, and your pastor can say, "Let me tell you something. That's a faithful person." I think that's what I would say. So let's see. All right. So
Social distance, yeah, we know what it's about, but
that would.
Our camera won't let us get 6 feet apart.
Right. It won't let us go. Right. Favorite praise song to be uplifted. What's your favorite praise song to be uplifted?
My favorite. I like old camp meeting,
Right.
revival type songs.
Yep.
Right now, my worship leader is Catherine Mullins.
Catherine Mullins.
That's what's stirring me right now.
Oh Mighty Ones is a great song.
Yep.
That's a great song if you want to be uplifted. Oh Mighty Ones by Catherine Mullins. Lisa Google has an album out. By the way, you need to check
Great one.
check her website out. Lisa Google.
Just play it on my radio.
Yeah, we just played it on Bob's radio station. You need to get her album. It's a great worship album. I'd say another person that I really like is Vicky Yohe. She's an older artist.
Oh, yeah.
But she has really got some anointed stuff. I'm running to the mercy seat. I love Jeremiah Yoakum for camp meeting style stuff to really get you excited. Let's see.
Question. This is a good one. How do you balance life with your family and ministry?
Ooh, man, that's a tough
Challenging.
one. It's challenging. I think that I think for me, the things that I really try to do is I have tried to make the best of every moment when I'm home and I'm with them. For those of you that don't know, my kids homeschool with me for about 6.5 years. We homeschooled, they traveled with us. When they got a little older, they started playing sports and wanted to do things, and we couldn't keep them at home anymore. So we let them go into the school system. A lot of people disagree with me on that. I think that they've got to learn how to survive. I think it's a good thing for them to be in public school. But one of the things that I think is vital to that is making the best of every moment. So that means you got to tell your kids to put your phones away when you're around.
Yeah.
You guys play family games, watch family shows, go to dinner together. Spend the best moments that you can and make those moments memorable. For those of you that don't know, Bob and I, we vacation together a lot every January because that's kind of our slow time. And we have a blast with our kids on those vacations. And we try to make the best of every moment. You're going to miss some things, even in ministry, even stay-at-home ministries. Parents miss some things. They have to do things. I think there's many pastors watching.
And I try. I've done some all-night drives to get back home to be at a ball game with one of my boys, and it's challenging as your ministry grows. It's more than just preaching. When I'm here, I got to balance myself because otherwise I'll be in this office for 10 hours trying to do work and getting a team around you to help you because I've seen ministers build ministries and lose their family. So
right.
You got it. It's a challenge.
And there's times, I don't know if you've ever had to do this, but there's times, I've never canceled a meeting, but I've postponed a meeting maybe and made sure that I was at home to take care of things. I know we've had to probably do that a few times. So I think making every moment count. I think that's vital. To the other side of that, I think your family has to be a part of that. They have to try to help be involved with that as well. It can't just be on the evangelist. It has to be on, or any ministry. It has to be on the whole family. It can't just be on the people that are in ministry because it takes a unit. And his kids help a lot in our ministries. We get them involved. A lot of my kids, like my kids and Bob's kids and our wives, I believe they'll have a crown because of the sacrifices and the price that they have paid. They paid a price, and even ministers' wives, pastors' wives. I know a lot of pastors' wives that do a lot of the fighting and grunt work themselves, and so I think that they'll have a special place.
I know a lot of pastors' wives that takes the bullet for the pastor.
That's right. Amen. Absolutely.
Words, and they never let their husband know what was said, or just to keep them out of grief. So What else we got here? People are asking us to sing a song together. I don't think you want that to happen. Maybe Sean,
We
not
might be
you.
able to. We might be able to come up with something. May not be this conference, but we'll try one. We'll figure something out. He might play the bass and I might sing or something like that. And
They're
anyway,
asking us to tag team
and
too.
yeah, a tag team. We'll do that sometime. And another thing, Stephanie Newton needs to create a worship album. For those of you that are watching,
Yes.
and I hope she's watching, that woman has an anointed gift to tap into the oil. And y'all need to encourage her on Facebook watching right now. I want to see like the likes just go crazy. If you think Stephanie, just just like this, I'm just going to show you. I want to see all of those like things show up. And then Crystal can be her backup vocal on the album,
Come on.
right? So Crystal can be the backup album for, I know you would buy it, I would buy it, everybody would buy it. All right, any more questions? Any more questions? I'm seeing.
Love you, Tish. I watched Tish grow up.
I know Tish is doing an awesome
She's
job.
my
in
adopted
Oklahoma.
daughter.
I know
say
it.
that all the time.
I know it. She's doing a great job of youth pastoring.
Yes.
We love you too, Sean. Love you too, buddy. Great worship leader. Brian Cooper. What's mean? I don't know what that means. Oh, are you saying Is that what you're doing?
Da-na-na.
You know, da-na-na. I see the organ. Da-na-na.
That'd be
Nathaniel.
fun. That'd be fun, Nate.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out sometime, man.
Stephanie, they're all saying yes to you, girl.
Another guy that you guys should follow is Brian Cooper. He is in South Carolina. He is. Do I ever just want to quit? I don't know. I think every minister's probably had those thoughts. Do you ever just do it? No. Do you have those thoughts? Sure. But
You get tired.
you get tired,
It's like when you go on vacation. Vacation's fun. You're traveling.
right?
You're staying in different places, but you get tired, and that's our life. Basically, we're on a move.
Yeah.
So you get tired physically. You really do. But I never want to quit. That's what I was born to do.
But Brian, listen, again, follow Brian Cooper on
Yes.
social media. He's a great young preacher coming up, got a great anointing on his life. He is a great, great young guy, great man of God. And Brian, if you think about quitting, I'll take my size 12 foot and put it up your hiney. And so you
And
don't
I
ever
don't
have
know
to
you,
worry
Ron,
about
but
it.
I'll take my size 11 shoe and
So
throw it at
you
you.
got two ministers right here that aren't going to let you quit. So knock it off. Okay, so I want to tell you guys something too. Let's see. What is the thing that refuels you when you get tired of ministry? Okay, that's a great question. Okay, so Bob, I'll let you go first, then I'll go second.
For me, it's alone time, just to get by myself, getting away, and my family.
Okay.
Being with my family. Thank God for FaceTime. I'd
Yes.
never make it without FaceTime. I gotta see Stephanie every day. I have to
Right.
see her.
I would say for me, it's a long time. I'm very prophetic, so if you're around me very long, I get agitated like by little bitty noises, and it's just like it's just like seriously, like somebody just making a noise, like when I'm in deep thought, because the Lord, I'm like real prophetic, right? I'm real prophetic, and so a lot of times, like I'm trying to, the Lord's talking to me, and so I'm like trying to hear clear, and I can't concentrate, and I like it quiet, and then I like to hear preaching, and I go back to favorite messages that touched me, and I remember those messages, and I remember where they are, and I go back and I watch them, because if they did it to me once, they'll do it to me again, and there's always something new in there.
And I think that's one of the reasons I prefer to drive, because a lot of when God speaks to me is when I'm driving.
Yes, like somebody chewing. Yep, that's me. And I'm always chewing a lot harder when I'm
Daniel
concentrating.
Wright, it's good to see you, Dan Wright. I've been thinking a lot about you, buddy.
Yes, I chew gum hysterically hard when I am thinking really hard. So I'm like, so that's kind of one of my things. It's not by purposeful thing. It's an accident. But I am really trying to work on. I gotta have, Carol. You're right. I have to have coffee. If I got a cup of coffee in my hand, I will make it. Right. So I will make it.
Before every service, I gotta have coffee.
Right. Every service. Yeah. So any other questions? Right. I read that now. Okay. Yes. I need coffee. Somebody has to make me coffee. Any other questions?
Been
Anybody
good.
else?
Been good.
Been good. Great questions and answers.
I think one of the challenges is we do this every night, keeping ourselves up. I think
Yes.
that's kind of part of that one question, because you're in church every night, so you got to build, because there's people expecting you to encourage them.
Favorite place to eat as you travel abroad? I think you know that one. There's a place in Wilmington, North Carolina called the Copper Penny. Right now, that is my favorite place to eat. It is phenomenal. Where's your favorite place to eat?
Oh man, there's too many of them. I have one for every place I go
Right,
to.
right.
If I'm down in Pryor, Locust Grove, it's J. Nell's Barbecue.
Oh, wait. What about the Cottage House?
Oh, Cottage House, yes.
The Cottage House.
Yeah, I like
That's got to
Cottage
be on
House.
the top.
Then Telequal.
Right.
That's where Johnny takes me to the Catfish Kitchen.
Yes.
Have you
Top
been there?
5. No, top 5. Okay, so I would say Copper Penny.
Mm-hmm.
You would say Catfish House.
Yeah, Catfish House.
Cottage House has got. We
Cottage
ate there together. That's been really good. Where's somewhere we ate together?
Oh, I don't know.
What's our favorite place that we ate together?
It all blurs together.
Let's see.
I like food, can't you tell?
Where was that place we ate in on vacation? That was really good the last time.
Oh, I don't know.
Had the guacamole, had the nachos.
I can't remember.
Okay, I can't remember. We've had so many.
But
so
I
many.
found a new
Oh,
place.
Brahms. Yes, that's got to be one of
Brahms,
my favorite. Yes.
I love Brahms when down south. And also, I found a place in Tampa called, I got a bumper sticker on my file cabinet, the Taco Bus.
Oh yes,
Oh,
the
my
Taco Bus.
goodness.
Oh yes, that's a good. What's that pizza place in Davenport that makes the Big Mac pizza?
Oh man, we haven't been there forever.
What is that?
I'm feeling the anointing.
Oh, feeling the anointing of the Big Mac pizza.
Tennessee, Nate, there's a place outside of Greenville, Tennessee, close to you called the Farmer's Daughter. Awesome restaurant.
The Waterburger in Claremore.
Whataburger.
The Waterburger is always the top place to
he
eat.
knows. You know,
Yeah.
Sean. You brought me there.
That's right. I love the Waterburger, man.
Man, I'm feeling the Holy
There
Ghost.
is something about the mustard on those hamburgers, right? Okay, so yes, Crystal, the cruise ship is fun to eat. All right. Any other questions? Man, this has been a lot of fun. This has been a lot of fun.
Good questions.
This year, you're going to see a bunch of people hungry and ready to receive. I can't wait.
I
Yes,
believe
I
it.
believe
I
that.
believe it.
6 feet, be 6 feet, clear the street. Piggin' Out, that's another good place to eat. Oh my goodness, I forgot about Piggin' Out. Oh man, they have the best Philly steak baked potato you have ever had in your life. It's the size of a football, man. They like Micah, am I lying? Can I get an amen?
Amen.
I mean, Micah has said, Lambert's. Oh my gosh, Lambert's, yes.
Yeah. Daniel
Yes.
Wright wants to know where's the worst place you've eaten at.
Oh my goodness, the worst place I've ever eaten. Oh man, I would say one of the worst.
Golden
meals.
Corral.
Well, nah, one of the worst meals I ever had was in Cameroon, Africa, with Jeremy Google. They made those little white ball fishy things. It was all the food was great, but this one meal I just struggled with. That was probably the worst. Like it had fish, it had these white. Oh man, Casey's. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
In Carolina. Yeah, that's got to be right under the Copper Penny. I don't know. There's so many good places.
One experience. I don't stay in people's homes anymore, but in the early days I would. And I stayed. They had me stay with this couple, and they were on a Daniel fast, and they fed me split pea soup. For 3
Oh man, split pea soup.
I was having visions.
Oh.
Big Macs and fries. Yeah, McDonald's. When I first started, oh yeah, Beth, yes.
McDonald's over the interstate.
Yeah, it's a story. It's a
Oh
story of
man,
our
I
family.
do love Charlie's Chicken's mashed potatoes.
Yep.
I actually do love Charlie's Chicken. They have the best chicken gizzards in the world. Well, they don't sell them anymore. Did you know that, Tish? No more chicken gizzards at Charlie's Chicken. Hey, Jeff Watkins, good to see you on here, man. Crystal doesn't like Golden Corral. You know what's funny, honey? I know that you don't like that, but you don't have a problem with their rolls. You like
The
their
Life
rolls,
of Evangelist.
right?
Yes, Daniel, you know a little bit about that.
Yes. Yes.
Perkins,
has got to be one of the worst
Perkins
places ever.
APEP conference.
Oh my! How about IHOP Kingsway conference at 4 in the morning?
Oh yeah.
We didn't get our food until like
yes.
4. Hey, Pastor Ron Camps, good to see you, man. Great to see you on here, man. All the way from North Carolina. Yeah, worst places to eat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's been some doozies. There's been some really
How long do you
doozies.
guys read the Bible daily?
I try to do at least, I try to do 4 major chapters a day. and then I also listen to the Bible, and then I listen to preaching. So I don't know like how many hours total, but I try to listen to a lot of preaching, and when I can't, like if I'm traveling, a lot of times I'll listen to scriptures in my ear if I'm driving.
The same thing.
And so I don't know, man. I don't know how many hours total, but I try to get a lot of Bible in.
I try to do the mornings.
Right.
When I'm up, I start with worship and do a little devotion with myself, read the Bible, get my thoughts together, because your day's unpredictable as an evangelist.
Right.
Sometimes the pastors come and get you. You do hospital visits and different things. So I used to get frustrated because I'd wait till the afternoon and try to get my thoughts for service. So you learn to adjust a pattern, because every day is different.
Yeah.
And so
right.
I try to first thing in the morning. I try to do all that stuff and spend time in the Word. I'm like Sean. I've listened to preaching all the time. I feed my spirit all the time.
Tell us my funny. Oh man, I got some funny ones, man.
We got a lot of questions. I didn't expect this many.
Okay. Yeah, Hoo Hot's got to be in the top. Jeremy and Lisa, it's got to be in the
top. Come on, kids. Hoo Hot.
Hoo Hot. Can I get a Hoo Hot? Can I get a Hoo Hot? Hoo Hot. No, that was weak. Let's try it again. Can I get a Hoo Hot? Hoo Hot. Oh yeah, we got the Hoo Hot in the house. What other book in the Bible do you suggest right now? Okay, I'll give you my top 3. One book you need to read is The Dream Seed by Mike Murdock. That's an incredible book. Another book I would tell you to read, if I was a young minister and I was going to read, I would read this book. It is by Leonard Ravenhill, Why Revival Tarries.
Oh yes.
Why Revival Tarries. That's got to be one. That's got to be a great book to read. And then one of my other favorite books right now. Oh gosh, I read a lot. I would say, gosh, probably. Ooh, how about Standing Strong in Perilous Times, the one I wrote? That's a great book to read right there.
There you go.
Standing Strong in Perilous Times.
Plug right there.
Okay, so
I don't read much books.
Okay, I'll tell you another book that you could really read. That I think is a phenomenal book for all Christians to read. I think it would help you tremendously. And I would say this book, every Christian should read it at least once. And that is the Book of Expectation by Dr. Mike Brown. That is one of the most phenomenal books to read as a Christian. It will get your expectation level up. I'm reading an old book right now called The Seed of Faith by Oral Roberts. I read a lot of classics. I read a lot of books. Yeah. So I say the more you can read and soak, the better it is for you.
The most embarrassing moment while preaching. I can do that one.
Okay.
I was preaching at a youth conference. And sometimes when I grew up, I had a speech problem and had to do a lot of speech therapy. So I mess up words sometimes. I'm my worst critic. But I'm preaching to a bunch of youth. And I'm preaching out of Isaiah chapter 6. Have you ever heard this one?
I think so.
And in Isaiah 6, it talks about, I saw the Lord high and lifted up. But there in the passage it says, and the angel came and took a tong from the altar. Well, I didn't say tong, I said thong. And I was in a deep moment, man. And he took a thong from the altar. Needless to say, I lost the service.
I would say probably one of my most embarrassing moments. I was preaching one time, and I was like really into it. And for those of you that know, for some reason I have this thing that happens when I get so excited I jump up on a pew, or I jump up on an altar, or I get on something. And this one time, and I don't think I've ever done it before or since, but my foot just missed the chair completely, and I slipped, and it was rough. I don't know that I ever recovered from that, but I just kept going. I was like, I told the people, go ahead and laugh, but I'm going to keep preaching, so I just kept on preaching. But I literally, and my shoe, I had real slick dress shoes on that day, and for some reason my shoe just slipped, and that was probably one of the most embarrassing moments. What about the pink tutu? Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, that's one of my stories. One of the questions, who is your favorite preacher? It changes with me. Different preachers feed me at different times.
Right.
I love classic T.D. Jakes stuff.
Right.
The old T.D. Jakes. I like Ron Carpenter Jr., Jim Raley. I love.
Yeah, I like all those.
Cheryl Brady. I like some of hers. So it varies.
I like To Build My Faith with Lester Summerall or Kenneth Hagin. I love to hear Oral Roberts preach. I love absolutely love a guy by the name of what's his first name? Arnold. Jeff Arnold.
Jeff Arnold.
He's a apostolic guy, but he's an incredible. Another one is Jonathan Suber. I really like to hear Jonathan Suber, and I know a lot of people don't like this guy, but I really like Damon Thompson. Damon Thompson is very prophetic. I'm very prophetic, so I get a lot from his stuff. Bobby Hogan is another one I like to listen to. I know Brother Bob likes to listen to him several times. I don't know who else.
For me, it just varies.
I think it varies.
It's like different
seasons. I think a lot of that is seasonal. I love W. Shambach. Yeah, R.W. Shambach. That's great. Yeah, we both listen to him together all the time. I actually listen to Bob's stuff. No joke. I have a bunch of CDs and stuff. He can ask my wife. I have it in my office. I listen to his stuff. I've got it on my phone. He doesn't ever listen to mine, but just so you know, I listen to his. So, but no, I really do. I listen to his. One of his favorite messages he ever did was Basket Babies. I love that message.
Man, I've heard a lot of people say
I thought that was one of the best messages he ever did. He did one on hell one time in person. We didn't get it recorded. I wish we had it. It was the best message on hell I've ever heard. We were doing a tent ministry, and I think it was just the time in our life. Yeah. We were on the hill in Burlington after the trumpet fades. That was one of the best messages he ever had. I loved that.
I like to listen to Daniel Wright.
Yeah, Daniel Wright. I like to see his vein pop out right here and right here. It's really fun.
He's run a pew a time or two.
Yes.
I witnessed that.
Oh, Richard White. He was a good preacher.
Oh, man.
What's my favorite book of the Bible? Ooh, good question. Good question.
Man, we're getting a lot of good stuff.
I would have to say it's probably tied with 3 books. It would have to be. So I would count Chronicles and Kings one book. I know they're first and second, but I think they're all one chronicle. So I would have to say I'll give you my top 3 because I really don't have a favorite, but I'll tell you my top 3 that I really enjoy, and I'll tell you why.
Ringtone, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I love First and Second Chronicles and First and Second Kings. That's the story of David and Elijah. I think those are the 2 of the greatest prophetic times in our history. And then I love the book of Esther, and I'm going to tell you why I love the book of Esther. Because that is the only book in the entire Bible God never verbally speaks one time. He never said one word. But Mordecai was used by God every day because he had faith in action. I love that book.
I preach a lot. I love the Old Testament. I preach a lot out of the Old Testament. And probably my favorite 2 characters besides Jesus is David and Elijah. I've preached lots of messages on those 2 men.
Hey, Sean Salisbury, how come I'm not on your ringtone? That's kind of crazy. Okay, you owe me one now, pal. You owe me one now. Let's see. You hear me every morning. Yeah, but I'm not on a ringtone. That's uncool. You know what? We need to do one together and make a ringtone. Make our own ringtone. We're gonna put it on the radio station in the morning. We're gonna do our own ringtone. All right. So, So, guys, I got time.
We got 35 people on.
I know. I got time for. We got time for one more question.
One more question.
We'll take one more question. And then we're going to sign off and tell you we love you. And then tomorrow night, while I'm waiting on the question, we're going to be here at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock. Brian Cooper, you better not quit ministry, son. I will body slam you, all right?
Brian Cooper, I don't even know who you are, but I'm about to throw my shoe at you.
All right. Who gave me my first opportunity? Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, my first opportunity ever to preach probably would be Sam Woods for me.
Okay. Mine, not counting my home church.
Well, that was my home church, I guess.
Yeah, my father-in-law.
Right.
But 2 people, and I'll always be loyal to one of them. Pastor Sharon Phillips gave me my first chance.
Yeah.
And a man who's went on to be with the Lord, Pastor John Hahn. And so I'll always be loyal. He's went on to be with the Lord, but I'll always be loyal to Sharon for that.
Who's your favorite pastor?
Let me see.
Oh, dirty question. Dirty question.
That would be Pastor Jeremy Google. Even though I only come to your church, 8 times.
I would say the person that gave me my start outside of my church, I think the guy that really believed in me was probably Kenny Miner out of Joplin, Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
I was leading worship. He came in and he said, I know you're a worship leader. He said, but you're a fabulous preacher, aren't you? And I said, I guess. He said, well, I want to book you for a revival. And that was like that kind of snowballed from there, like my real first opportunity.
Man, that's odd. I know him. I
Yep.
pitched for him.
And
That's a small
Sharon
world.
Phillips was probably, I think when I was like 16, 17, she gave me a start, 18, somewhere around there. So I'd have to say that
She's
too.
helped
So
a lot of people. Daniel Wright.
Daniel Wright. Oh,
Daniel
yeah.
Wright and me, we have a bond. I came to preach at another church, a little church, and him and his wife was in that meeting. And I believe God sent me to that town, to that church, to meet Daniel and his wife.
I tried to preach for Daniel, but I just could never get in there
Oh,
for some
man.
reason. I'm just kidding, Daniel. I'm just
Daniel
kidding.
come up to Iowa several times
Yeah.
for our camp meeting. Great preacher.
He's a great guy,
preacher.
great pastor. Man. Okay. Anyone else? Oh, let's see. Oh, hey, Sister Mame. Good to see you. She's from North Carolina. Man, we've got a lot of people on here.
It's late for them.
Yeah, it's late. Thanks, Breezy. Thank you.
Thank you, Breezy.
Daniel Wright.
Yes.
I was just kidding, buddy. I was just kidding.
Dan Shoemaker. Hey, Dan. Good to see you. So we got Illinois, Ohio, Kentucky, Carolinas. This is fun. Hope y'all enjoyed this.
I know, buddy. I'm just kidding you. I love you, man. Hey, listen, seriously, in all seriousness, we are thankful for every one of you guys on here. We love you. We appreciate you. This has been a great show. How many of you guys like the Bob and Sean show? Can I hear it in the crowd? Anyone? Can we hear a hand clap if you like the Bob and Sean show?
Our kids, they have to applaud.
All right, so we love you guys. We appreciate y'all. We are going to sign off tonight. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock, Mantled, live. One more time. If you want, listen, we are so close. We've asked the Lord for 30 people to stand with us at a $100 level. We are so close to our goal. You can hashtag donate here tonight on me or Bob's page, or you can go to powerhouseonline.net or standingstrongministries.org, and you can, on my website, click where to give, and it says Mantled Online. What are you doing?
Oklahoma loves you guys and sweet.
All right. Hey, we love you too, Dolores.
Oh,
we love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
You're precious.
All right. Peace out. 2 o'clock tomorrow. Love you. Be blessed. See you soon.